Hi Teaquilters, it's Tia with Teaquilts, and we're here to do day 6 of the Missouri Star Quilt Company's Countdown to Christmas box. And I am doing Stash or Pass, where I open up the gift. I decide if I'm going to stash it, which means I'm going to keep it, or if I am going to pass, meaning that I am not going to keep it. And at the end of this, there will be a test to see what items I passed on, and those that get the answers correct will be put into a drawing, and one person will win all of the gifts that I pass on. So let's see who's in the chat real quick. We got a couple of minutes before I actually open the gift. I try to open the gift at 12:01 a.m. So give people a couple of minutes to come in and get their notifications. So we've got Darcy here, Zandra, Yolanda, Francis, and Sharon, and Teresa. So yeah, really excited. So while we're waiting, I'll just tell you that today was a great day. I went to my great nephew's wedding today, so it was a lot of fun. It was good to see him because we don't get to see. It was on, well, I say nephew, I say great nephew. It was my nephew-in-law got married. My husband's nephew got married, his sister's child, and hadn't seen them in a few years until we went to their engagement party this year. So it was really fun to see everybody. Had a great time. And by everybody, I mean like the 6 or 7 people in my husband's family. He has a small family. Her family is the large family. So it was very interesting when you have a small family. It was the same way when my husband and I got married. I had almost a whole area, and he had like 2 rows or 3 rows of seats that he had for his friends and family. So that's what happens when you have a small family. And to me, it was a smallish wedding. I'd say probably like 75 to 80 people, which to me is a small wedding when I had over 200 people because my family is so big. So yeah, but I had a good time. Thank you. So Francis says congratulations to the newlyweds. Hey, Claudette Hall, Pamela Abel, Remo JS is in here, Old School Sue is here, Suzette's here, and I think that's, oh, Sheila is here. Can't remember if I said her name or not. So yeah, so yesterday it was a coffee mug, and I decided to keep that. And I wanted to give the numbers for the stash or pass for the Teaquilters vote. You also get to vote, and I'm keeping track of your vote, so you can vote inside this live. I will count your vote, stash or pass. That's what Remo is going to do for us in the chat. And then if you watching this as an upload, you can put your stash or pass on the outside of the video. All right. So, yay! Day number 6 is a package. It's going to have some kind of fabric or something because it's soft. But that's what I'm guessing. All right, let's open it up and find out. I'm feeling soft things. Uh-oh, it's not fabric. There is a pattern, so let's go to that first. It's a word of the day pillow. Word of the day. And project pattern for scraps. So they're basically having you do crumb piecing. I was just about to flip this around, but basically you're making crumb piecing, and then you're putting alphabets on top. In here they've got a J and R pillow. I don't know what that means. Noel, and then welcome. So I'm going to assume all the alphabet are here. And then they also have, so what was soft I was feeling was this package of alphabets. I'll just take a couple out. I'm going to measure it, let you know how tall they are. So let's see. Ruler. I get so distracted, y'all. I'm really tired. I had a good day, but I'm tired. Okay, these are pretty tall. They are just shy of 5 inches. I'd say like 4 7/8 of an inch. Um, Letters. Let me put that back in here. And I don't know if numbers are included or not. Let me see. I like to try to give you the whole thing just to see if I see a number if I just glance in here. I got an ampersand. Normally you have numbers if you have an ampersand, but we're going to lose some stuff. It just looks like all alphabet because I should have run into a number by now. Hope I didn't drop one. Knowing me, I probably did. So yeah. All right. I'm going to put what I got back in here. And then also it's got a 17 by 18 inch piece of fusible web, which is by So Light Fusible. It's got that it's by Missouri Star Quilt Company on here. So yeah, that's what's in here with the pattern. I gotta put this one back. I think that's it in the package. I guess I'm wondering if this fabric is the same as the fabric we got. It doesn't look like it. I'm wondering if next week, I'm wondering if like tomorrow there's going to be a part 2 to this one. Yeah. Also, disclaimer, if I decide that I'm going to pass on something and then I decide I want it back, I do have the option. I said I was going to do that no more than 3 times. I don't normally change, but just in case, you know. I kind of like the idea of the 5-inch ladders. I have the Carefree die, and I think they're like 3 inches. But I also have embroidery machine. I have software that I can type text in and kind of make it any height I want to. So I don't know if I'm actually going to use these ladders. And so for me, today, I'm going to pass. Now, if something else goes with it tomorrow, they have all the fabric or something, maybe I might not pass on the fabric, but I think I'm going to pass on this, even passing on the interfacing. Sometimes I like to keep interfacings or stabilizers or fusible webs so that I can try them out, especially if I've never used them before. But for this, I think I'm just going to leave it all intact, and I am going to pass on day number 6, and it's going in the pass box. There we go. Now let me write that down. I don't forgot all the stuff that was in there that quick. Hold on. I lost my pen. Maybe that's what fell. I had a pen up here. I had to find something to write on. So it was letters. Letter templates. We'll do that. With a pillow pattern. And fusible webbing. I'm just trying to make sure I document it correct. So go ahead and put in the comment section whether you would stash or pass. Remo's going to count those up real quick, and then we're going to jump off of here, trying to keep these short as possible. Also, I'll be live tomorrow night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sew and chat. So come back and sew with me tomorrow. get your project ready. I'll be sewing and chatting, answering any questions anybody have as well. Okay, I'm not going to read any more chats. I'm just going to go straight to Remo. She says, pass is 5 and stash is 7. So 7 and 5. 7 and 5. So I write them on my sheet so that when I get the count, I add what was said in the video up with what is put on the outside of the video in the comments. So I will give you all the totals for this day 6 gift. I will see you all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sewing chat, and then also like 12:01 a.m. to do day number 7, which would technically be Sunday at that point, but I'm just letting you know I'll be back. All right, you all stay blessed, be safe, everyone. Quilt out.